Latino can no longer be rendered invisible. Latinos are boosting the U.S. economy under the powerful franchising business model. It is time for change and to take actions for the business future of the Latino community. Let's do it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. We stand for more opportunities for people from all walks of life. Join us to be part of the transformation of the franchising industry, where Latinos have the power to grow on a large scale.
Greetings. Welcome once again. Today, we're going to have this live. We are live, to talk about a very special event that is taking place next week. But let me introduce my guest, the one and only, the host of this wonderful event at Palm Beach Atlantic University, Dr. John Hayes. How are you, my friend?
Doing
Welcome
great.
back.
Pleasure to be with you again.
Yeah, my God. I mean, are you excited? Well, first of all, thank you for being such a great host. I know you are the chairman of the Title Centers for Franchising at Palm Beach Atlantic University. Such a great institution. I mean, you are doing, and your team is doing phenomenal, a very awesome job by, I guess, preparing the future franchise executive. Is that what you guys are doing at Palm Beach?
Yeah, we educate the next franchise generation. So that's what we've been doing for 7 years. We have graduated 50 of our students, and 8 of them are franchisees already, and a bunch more are employees of franchise companies. It's very difficult to find entry-level employees. You can hire somebody who has a marketing degree, but they don't know anything about franchising. Same with management, accounting, finance, international business, communications, leadership, political science, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Who teaches franchising? Not very many universities, but we teach franchising and we award a concentration in franchising. That's not a degree. It's a step below a major or a minor, but our students earn that concentration, and that gives them.
It's a game changer. Because you know how many franchise brands. I mean, there are so many franchise brands always looking for to hire talent, to hire employees, people that have the expertise, that have the experience, that at least were properly trained, in the subject of franchising. Because it's one of those things that it looks easy to do, right? But when you do it, you realize, wait a minute, this is a totally different ball game. So I'm very happy and excited. I mean, I was recently there. I really had a great time at the campus. It's a beautiful campus. I mean, so who created this program, the Title Center? Tell us about the Title Center.
So the Title Center got its start 7 years ago. About 8 years ago, Ray Titus, who is a West Palm Beach-based franchisor of about 10 different companies. He's been doing this for 40 years. His father was the founder of Minuteman Press up in New York. So franchising runs in the family. Ray has 3 sons. All of them are involved in his business. And he decided to give Palm Beach Atlantic University a chunk of money, which went into an endowed fund. It's not money that I would be able to use when I came on as director of the Titus Center. It's in an endowed fund. It's generating interest, but the principal will never be touched. And that gave him the naming rights to the center. So it's called the Titus Center for Franchising. And we got our start 7 years ago, 6.5 years ago. And we've been teaching 3 courses in franchising plus a hands-on franchise internship. And with those 4 courses, our students earn the concentration in franchising. And then they usually get 2 to 3 offers before they graduate from companies that want to hire them. But 95% of these students want to own their own business. And coming right out of college, they may not be ready. 8 of them are already franchisees. A couple more are going to be soon, but they either don't have the money or they don't have the experience when they come right out of college. Now, some of them, they've been saving money or they have families who want to help support them. A couple of them are partners. They're not doing this on their own. Mm-hmm. So it's been a great opportunity for these students.
Can you tell me? I mean, I know that you are in Palm Beach, West Palm Beach.
Yeah,
that's kind of getting close to the center of Florida. What I noticed that when you look at the United States, we know that the largest concentration of franchisors or franchisees are in the Southeast.
Yeah,
Florida, Georgia, North Carolina, South Carolina. I mean, why is that?
Weather.
Number one.
Business. Florida, and Texas. They're either number 1 or number 2 in franchise productivity. One of us leads the nation, South Florida or the state of Texas, and both are pro-business states. We don't have franchise regulations like New York has, or Illinois or California. Good Lord. So franchisors think twice about going into those states because of the heavy-duty franchise regulation. There are federal franchise regulations that apply everywhere, Florida included. So we have regulations, but we don't have heavy-duty state regulations. So this is a favorable climate. It's a favorable environment, politically, business-wise. And I don't know, people love South Florida, and people love the opportunities that exist here. West Palm Beach is becoming Wall Street of the South. We've got so many companies moving down here. This is great for our students. It's great for our economy. And we're a small university. We're downtown West Palm Beach, but we don't even have 4,000 students in the entire university. It's been here 55 years. But the business school is the money maker. It's the largest. It's students are attracted to business, and they come here to major in marketing or management, international business. But and that's all good. But then they discover franchising, and I can't. The letters that I get from students, and sometimes from their parents, who say, "Thank you for introducing me to franchising. I wouldn't be where I am without you in the Titus Center."
Fantastic. I love it. It's a wonderful, great business model. But now focusing on the Latino market, what the Latino Franchise Association, I guess, main mission and vision. And in a way, I really have to thank you because you kind of picked up right away our vision as a non-for-profit organization of being able to take the franchising business model and really focus on a forgotten segment of the country or the business industry per se, Latinos, right? So how do you see the purpose of what we're doing, promoting franchising within the Latino community? Tell me.
And how did this happen? Because my in-laws are Cuban. They came over from Cuba when my wife was young, and both of them, mom and dad, they built tremendous businesses here in West Palm Beach. My father-in-law was one of the first Cuban businessmen in West Palm Beach. And in fact, the great story is that when he came from Cuba, was in Miami shortly, went to New Jersey where he had family, saved money in about 2 years' time, saved $5,000. And with that, he bought the, not Dairy Queen, that's my favorite one. It's the New York-based Starts with a C.
Carver.
Carvel. He bought the first Carvel franchise in West Palm Beach, and then he went on to get into other businesses. My mother-in-law was a seamstress and built a beautiful business, doing all kinds of decorating, interior decorating for people on Palm Beach Island. So, and I know many of their friends. They're industrious. They work hard. They want to be in businesses. And so when I met you and I learned more about the Latino population, and I'm thinking, well, that's what we got in South Florida. I mean, you everybody. Well, I don't speak Spanish, unfortunately, but I didn't grow up here. But this is the home of Latinos, hardworking people. You mean we don't? And I have on my advisory board Eddie Rodriguez. He owned, he owned 250 Wendy's, and his family came from Cuba. Went to New York first, then came to Florida, and so I didn't know that Latinos weren't well represented in franchising until I met you and found out what happened.
What happened? Yeah, what happened? What happened when we had 65 million Latinos living in the United States, right? And these are the ones that are counted. We're gonna put aside the non-legal resident, but generating $3.2 trillion. I mean, that's a lot of money. So if the Latinos in the US will be a country, will be the 5th largest global economy. The United States first, China, Japan, Germany, and then the US Latino population. Incredible. It's amazing. And you know that we have this, we're gonna be talking about this wonderful presentation. So I've been putting together my presentation. I'm gonna be sending it to Kelly. But the reality is, when I look at the numbers, do you know that the Latinos in the US, we're generating half of the total of the gross domestic product that all the Latin American countries together. Could you believe that? If you add all the Latin American countries together, based on the research that I did, which they're generating about $6.4 trillion. Meanwhile, the US Latino, with 65 million Latinos, we're generating $3.2 trillion. So yeah, definitely we are a mega community, mega powerful community in the US. The key, and this is, I guess, what drives me, is just to see, wow, the opportunity, the potential is to see that, hey, there is money out there. Latinos are entrepreneurs, as you know. They love businesses. We are, based on the Small Business Administration, we are the largest group that are opening the most businesses. So knowing all of that, and this is where you come in, Dr. Hayes, because I know that you are like a celebrity. Let me put it to you like that. You are like you're like the Michael Jordan in basketball, in the franchising industry. You are like Kim Kardashian in the fashion design and the celebrity world. So yeah, you are very popular, and everybody knows you. Everybody knows who you are. So I'm very happy that at least you decided to collaborate and work with the Latino Franchise Association in promoting our the franchising business model within the community.
Right.
And that's why we are organizing this fantastic event in which, once again, I want to thank you because you are the host. You are the host. You're opening the big doors of Palm Beach Atlantic University and the Title Center for Franchising in order for the Latino Franchise Association to really organize and host this. You are the host of this great event, El Progreso, the progress of Latinos in franchising. Yeah. What this event is all about? Tell us. I mean, we have a great lineup.
Yeah. So, when I met you, when I spoke at your conference in New York, and when we spent more time together, and I heard the story, and I said, okay, something's wrong here. Maybe Latinos don't like franchising, but I knew that wasn't true because I have Latino friends who are franchisees and franchisors. So then I thought, well, there are people who think that franchising is harmful, or that franchising is not really entrepreneurship, or that the franchisor makes all the money and the franchisees don't make any money. And, these things are fabrications. It's not true. If you work with the right franchise and if you understand franchising. So I immediately said, hey, let's do a free breakfast on our campus. And thanks to our sponsors like Fran Fund that'll be there on our panel, and to the folks at United Franchise Group, Starpoint Brands, and to Accurate Franchising, and our you can see on the screen all of our sponsors. Thanks to them, we cover the cost of our breakfast. And then we've got a number of speakers, but the main part of the morning will be a presentation about franchising, pros and cons of franchising. And I've got this great panel of people who will add to what I have to say about how do you become a franchisee? What do you need to know about that? And I've got franchisees on the panel who will talk about that. And then how do you franchise your business? Because I know this community is very entrepreneurial, and maybe no one's ever taught them, here's how you could franchise what you're doing and why you should franchise it. Where do you get money? And how do you sell franchises? What are the rules and regulations in the United States? And it's a lot to cover in a short morning, but we're going to cover as much of it as we can. And then we'll remain as a resource to anybody who wants information about franchising. TitusCenter.com has information there. It's easy to contact me. I spend a good portion of every day linking people together, helping them, meet one another to get what they need in franchising. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm hoping for a big crowd.
Well, we have the great pleasure. We had a great pleasure to have also a great supporter at the state level of the beautiful state of Florida, the one and only Julio Fuentes. He's the president and CEO of the state of Florida Hispanic Chamber of Commerce. And Julio will be speaking about Latino businesses, the status of Latino businesses in the state of Florida. I mean, what we're trying, and I hope that his message will be aiming to successful Latinos that now own businesses in the state of Florida or anywhere in the United States, that they will consider to now take their business to the next level by converting the business into a franchising brand. What do you think?
Yeah, I think he is instrumental in Florida, in the Latino community, and influencing people who probably don't understand how to franchise. And they may have heard stories that were not favorable, and certainly there are those stories. Franchising is not perfect. Or they've heard about regulation, or they've heard about how much it costs to do it. So we're going to be able to help these folks understand franchising better. And thanks to Julio for bringing in a crowd.
Well, I'll be speaking right after Julio. And as you can see, I'm focusing basically on kind of giving people like a wake-up call and realize that, hey, look at the numbers. We are 65 million Latinos in the U.S., 20% of the population. Meanwhile, we don't even own 1% of all franchises in the whole country. So something is wrong here. This is how many Latino franchisors we have last year. This is how many franchises we have last year. This is where we are right now. And this is the future. If we continue promoting this franchise business model, and if we do the right investment, the right events, the right this, the right that, I'm sure that soon we're going to have a significant number of Latinos, investing heavily in the franchising industry.
Yeah, that'd be great.
You'll be surprised all the calls that I've been getting lately from people from different industries that now are learning about what we're doing. People that saw the video, the photos, the event that we did in New York. The hotel industry, they are really seriously interested in connecting with the Latino community, because they are intrigued. They say, wait a minute, how come Latinos don't even own 1% in the hotel? And most of them are franchise companies, or most of those hotels.
Right.
But meanwhile, the Indian community owns like 63%.
Right. They got in early, and they love it, and they make a good business out of it. But Latinos have opportunities in so many areas. Franchising is largely food and beverage franchises, perfect for Latinos, but also home service businesses. All kinds of service
Yeah,
businesses today are huge.
they're
Uh,
huge. Car mechanic repair. Landscaping, even maintenance, office cleaning.
exactly.
Janitory. Work. I mean, there are so many services, so many areas that people can benefit. I guess there are two key component in franchising that I know that it could be, and you and I might be wrong. It could be that that might not be the case, but you and I are stronger believer that is that right. Part of the reason that a lot of Latinos are not in, number one, it could be money, and number two could be education. And
That's
you and your panel will be explaining and talking about that. Tell us about it, and also
yeah,
talk about the panelists, because I know that you are bringing. I mean, this is a dream team of
yes,
heavy
it is.
hitters here. I
Yeah,
mean, look at just introduce each of them, beginning
yeah.
with.
Or you see Sherry Sieber, and she and her husband run Fran Fund, and they help franchisors and franchisees gain access to millions of dollars for buying franchise, starting franchises. Uh, Very instrumental, and she's knowledgeable, helpful, kind lady who does a great job in franchising. Tipton Schunkweiler there, who's on one of our sponsors and on my panel. If you want to know how to put together a franchise from the nuts and bolts,
Mhm.
Tipton is that's what he does. That's what he helps businesses do every day. Robert Jones is also on my advisory board. I've known him for 30 some years. International business,
So
international
what, yeah,
franchise.
what he does, his company name GB is time for Global Business
Yeah,
Synergies, right?
right. So
Global.
he helps put franchises together. He helps get them into other countries. He helps people from other countries understand the market in the United States. So he's instrumental. Manuel Solorzano, he's from Starpoint Brands. That's Ray Titus's company. And Manuel is in charge of all of Latin America for those brands. Jorge Valencia, a
Yeah,
friend of mine,
I will
who,
just kind of show you these are all the brands.
yeah,
I
those
mean,
are
what?
Starpoint Brands. Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jorge
Jorge.
Valencia, a friend from Mexico. He's the what I he's the celebrity in Mexico. Everybody knows Jorge. Um, and then you also had another Guillermo, who lives locally. Guillermo is a franchisee, multiple units of Jamba Juice, but he used to be a KFC franchisee in Mexico. And now he's in the United States. He lives in the West Palm Beach area. He and his partner got into Jamba Juice some years ago. He's got great experiences, and all of these people will be helpful to anybody who comes to our program.
Well,
Uh,
let me let you know that I just had a live also with Jorge Valencia from directly live from Mexico.
yeah,
He spoke wonder about you, and he was making a story when you visited, when you went to his event in Mexico City.
yeah,
All the wonderful tacos that you were able to
right.
taste.
Yes,
That was really great.
surprised. I didn't even know that Jorge was involved in the taco business, and
Yeah.
he's got this little uh, restaurant. Just a few tables. Wow! I mean, they brought out everything to let us sample, and terrific.
And Fabiola, let me briefly, she's going to be coming to the event, and she's also supporting. The Fabiola is a trendsetter. I mean, look, I didn't know that. You know how many Latinas own a franchise? First of all, you know the number in terms of women. They are like a handful of women. They are franchisors, right?
Yeah,
In general, women in general. And then when you go specifically to the Latinas, Latina women, how many Latinas own a franchise brand in the country? And I said, Fabiola, have you realized that you're making history here?
yeah.
So she's the first Latina that established a franchise in the flower shop industry. And people are telling me that since 1-800-Flowers, there hasn't been really a big player into the franchising flower industry. Well, so So she is a great role model for a lot of Latinas, and now might see the franchising industry as a vehicle for them to really make it be successful.
Yeah.
Well, you know how it is. You need to follow other people, role models, in order for you to see. But I was surprised when I look at the numbers and see, okay, all right, so you are Latina that owns a franchise brand. Who else is out there? How many other Latinas own a franchise brand?
Right.
I mean, you know more than me. How many? Do you know anybody else?
Yeah, I just got a call this week. A lady in West Palm Beach, she and her sister, Latinas, they are in a franchise.
Erica,
Erica Schreiber and her sister.
Yeah.
And their business is Season to Consign. They're just getting started. They've got a half dozen locations, and yeah, they're in fact they're going to be at our event next week.
So this is the first one. We're running out of time. We only have 2 more minutes left. But any final thought? I mean, I know. Well, let me do this. I know that we are having this great event at Palm Beach Atlantic University on Tuesday, but I also know that the next couple of days you are going to be very busy because there is a follow-up event after this one. Can you tell us about it?
Well, the Selling Franchises Summit is on our campus January 18th and 19th. And so we got a lot going on.
This is the event?
This is all about how to sell franchises. We'll have about 150 people from all over the United States. There's our keynote speakers. We'll have another 30 people speaking on panels, all related to how do I sell a franchise? So, every day there's at least one new franchise brand getting started in the United States. And these people need help. Like the Season to Franchise, Season to Consign. They need to know how to sell franchises, and we're bringing people in to help them do that. So that's another. We start out early in the week with our program helping Latinos understand franchising, and then by the end of the week, we've got 150 people from all over the country learning about how to sell franchises. So yeah, it'll be a very busy week, but this is what we love because this is what we do. We are your resource to franchising in the United States. We're based at a university. People love the fact that we are a university. They can come to study at the university, send their children to the university. A lot of people want to come to Florida. A lot of students, they want to be in Florida because of the weather to study. And if they're going to go to a business school, they're going to go to Palm Beach Atlantic's Rinker School of Business and study franchising. So,
well, I really want to thank you once again for taking the time and being such a great host.
Yeah,
definitely.
Everybody needs to register. They need to register for our event.
Oh, definitely. They need to register, and to register, they can visit the Latino Franchise Association landing page, latinofranchise.org, or once again, you can go to the Titus
Center
for franchising.com, TitusCenter.com.
Yeah,
and through there you go to Academy, I believe, and then you will be able to find.
Yeah, you just look for the El Progreso Latino franchise meeting that we have on January 16th, and easy to click there and quick to register, and it's free.
It's free.
Yeah.
Any final thought before we?
I look forward to seeing a lot of Latino population on our campus next week, Tuesday.
All right. So I want to thank you once again, and thank you all of you for listening, for connecting, for watching. Don't forget to click like and support all of our social media platforms, and also the Titus Center and Palm Beach. Once again, thank you for hosting, and I'll see you next week, my friend.
Okay. Thank you, Rafael. Looking forward to it.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Latino can no longer be rendered invisible. Latinos are boosting the U.S. economy under the powerful franchising business model. time for change and to take actions for the business future of the Latino community.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
We stand for more opportunities for people from all walks of life. Join us to be part of the transformation of the franchising industry, where Latinos have the power to grow on a large scale.